Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rebel Creatives podcast. I'm your host, Delano, and I help restaurants increase their revenue using the Rebel Growth System. All right, so in this episode, I wanted to touch a little bit about attention. How important is it? Why not to underestimate it? And why understanding it will help you to do better with your promotions, your campaigns, or anything that you're doing to try to, you know, get people to take action with your restaurant and do the things that you want them to do as it relates to, knowing about your brand, knowing about what you're doing, knowing about what's in it for them, and knowing, what they need to do to get the benefits of, you know, paying you some attention. All right. And after this episode, you will see that it's not just between you and your competition, and it's not just marketing and trying to be better than, the next business down the road that is your direct competitor. It's a little bit more than that. All right. So let's dive right in. Now, attention is all about, getting somebody to stop what they're doing and pay you some amount of their time, and when we do advertisement, that's what we're really doing. You want it to be creative, you want it to be eye catching, and you want it to be speaking to your ideal audience so that when they're, whatever they're doing, they will stop in their tracks and they'll give you 30 seconds, a minute, or more of their time to learn more about what you're offering and what you're putting in front of them. Now, for a long time, whenever we're doing marketing, we always look to see how can we compete with our direct competition. But really and truly, when it comes to attention, you're competing with a lot of things, right? You're not only competing, say you're a restaurant, you're not only competing with all the other restaurants in your local area, but you're also competing with the spouses of your audience, the children of your audience, the chores that they have, their work, their interests, right? That doesn't have anything to do with food, all right? And let me explain and go in a little bit deeper, right? Say, for example, someone visits your restaurant and you say, all right, you've given them a wonderful meal, you've treated them well, you've served them, they've enjoyed the experience, and you said to them, hey, leave us a review on Google and let everyone know how amazing your experience was, right? Thank you. Now they're happy. They want to do that, but they go into their vehicle, and it's maybe 30-minute drive going back home. Right on the way home, they're listening to radio. They get distracted. Something else come in their mind. They have it on their mind to when they reach home and they relax. They're going to leave a review, but by the time they reach home, they something catch their attention on the radio. First, even before that, they have to be focusing on driving back home. That's taking their attention. All the things that they're seeing and doing on that drive is catching their attention. And by the time they reach home, I say, all right, yes, I'm going to leave that review. Their children calling, hey, daddy, hey, mommy, how was your day? Blah, blah, blah. And they have to, speak with their child and give them some attention, you know, go in their room, do their chores, have a bath, whatever activity that they have to do, and then before you know it, it's time for them to do whatever they normally do in the night, whether it's to prepare for bed or to put their children to bed, or have a one-on-one time with their spouse. Maybe they have a pet. you know Maybe the pet is all over them asking for attention. All right. And before you know it, the night is over. They haven't left the review, and tomorrow is a brand new day. All right. They have to prepare for work. They have to get ready in the morning. They have to, walk the dog. They have to, they have other interests that they are doing. They normally listen a podcast, like you are listening to in the mornings while they're doing their morning walk. Then they're on their way to work. They're doing all their work activities, and before you know it, that request that you made and that attention that you had is lost. All right. And that is why in marketing, we do multiple touch points at different intervals during the days and also different medium so that we can really catch the attention, because we can't expect of after one touch point to get anybody to do anything, because there's so many things going on in that person's life that is pulling them away from your one request. And that understanding that and really looking to that extent of what attention is all about will help you as a business owner to plan out how you're actually getting that attention from people. All right. It's no longer just asking and doing your best and expecting that everything that you've requested will be done. It's about putting things into place strategically where you are not annoying anyone, but at the same time requesting their attention multiple times for them to get something done for you, and tracking everything in such a way that you know when it's done and when it's not done, and when to, send those messages or, you know, run that ad and stuff like that. And that is where, when it comes to getting repeat customers, that's why we think that the rubber growth system, or not think, but we know that rubber growth system is a big help, because these are some of the nuances that we think about when we've created the system and we come up with that marketing plan that you will be using to get the attention of your best customers. All right. We won't take it for granted that they have enjoyed themselves and they will just leave a review. We've considered that winning their attention will take more work than just asking. And that is why we help you to build your own channel so that you can re engage, send messages consistently, right? That adds value, that is getting their attention, that is educating and engaging, all right? So that it's not seemed as, spammy or just selly all the time, right? For example, when people are requesting review, they typically just ask. But what if you're sending a series of messages asking for that review and reminding them of that experience that they had, why they should leave that review, and how it will be beneficial? And you can compose that in three different ways. Don't you think you would get a review if you've sent three messages rather than just asking them one time? And that is why it's important. It's not all about selling, selling, selling. Marketing is educating, engaging, and reminding your audience about you. It's as simple as that. And that's what you want to do with your marketing. And that's how you want to view your marketing when you're, planning everything and putting it out there. All right. So I hope in this episode that you've learned that attention and getting that attention is not just between you competing with your direct competitors, but every other business out there and every other interest points and responsibilities and everything that a person has to do every day. Okay. Understanding this will allow you to better plan your marketing and see the importance of having multiple touch points and just not taking it for granted. All right. So if you've enjoyed this episode, you know how to let me know. Just reach out and leave a comment or ask questions or anything like that. We'll go in depth with that. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast episode. And I hope that it really helped you to, come up with more creative ways in which you can do your promotions, your marketing. And just remember, you should always have to be selling. You simply should remind. And if people love your service and they love what you do, it's no problem, reminding. Because remember also that that first touch point may have been forgotten. The second one, again, overlooked. And the third one would be a wonderful reminder that they appreciate, because it's not that they don't want to do it. It's just that life is busy. Other things are out there getting their attention. And more as time goes on, we see that multitasking is a thing that people are doing. And there's just so much things people have their hands in. So again, attention is key. Be creative and be consistent and be everywhere all the time so that your best customers can have you at the top of their minds all the time. All right. Have a great evening, a great week, and thank you for making it with the Rebel Creative Podcast. See you in the next episode. Signing out.